Do you think AOC has a high chance of a successful primary against Schumer? I don't think we're getting like real elections in 2026 to 2028. So I don't know. Maybe. Or probably ever. Well, nothing lasts forever. What do you expect for the midterms? Man, I don't know. Do you think that if the elections are seriously skipped in 26, 28, it quit? I don't think they're going to be skipped. What I think is likely going to happen is that any state that is red, any red state, is going to be enormously militantly biased in on every level in how it counts its votes. Republicans are going to aggressively go after any purple seats the Democrats occupy, Senate or House. Elon will pump enormous amounts of money into them, and complicit and collaborationist members of the state government will do everything they can to bias those results. In all likelihood, it will mean a clearer majority in both the House and Senate for Republicans. It has nothing to do with what people want, of course. It's just going to be like every possible... They're already preparing for it, you know? Keep in mind, they had a bunch of people getting ready to cheat in the 2024 presidential, and they just ended up not having to because Trump won outright. Remember the Georgia State Elections Board people who were praised directly by Trump? And they were very obviously like going to be there to try to hold up the process and, bias the results or whatever. I guarantee you they're going to get ready for that as well. Remember Trump saying him and Johnson had a little secret? Yeah, and it didn't even matter because they just won outright, you know? They're still trying to steal that North Carolina judge election. They'll get involved. In North Carolina, the state legislature already passed a bill cutting early voting in the primaries from 2 weeks to 6 days. Just the start. So you're saying we never had a chance? Well, the fact that the leadership of the Dems are openly collaborationist is definitely like a little bit of an issue, I would say. Like it definitely impedes us a bit, just a small amount. There's no real pushback. What I'm seeing is whether Trump is going to run for a third term or not. Probably not. They'd probably just replace him with Elon or something. I don't know. Not Vance. I don't think so. Vance is pretty unpopular. He doesn't seem to be held in a positive light by the administration. And Trump explicitly said he doesn't see Vance as his successor. Are the Tesla protests and boycotts not impactful enough? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. We're talking about their control over the government, not Tesla's share price. Elon's also pretty unpopular, though. Yeah, but they're trying to make him more popular. I don't know if they're necessarily succeeding, but they are trying. I really can't think of anyone succeeding Trump. None of them have the same sauce he has. I still think that's true. I do still think that's true. Is in spite of how bad things are, it still does seem like if you take a look at the average Republican, the average like voter, I mean, it really does seem like it's overwhelming trust and faith in Trump that they are going for here. And that they're trying to transfer a lot of that goodwill over to Elon. And I just don't know how much of it is rubbing off, you know? I don't know how much of that is going to come across. They're going to try, but he's just so anti-charismatic. What about Don Jr.? No. They're not even trying with that. There's a reason why those like weirdo fascists on Twitter talk about Trump being succeeded by Bannon and not by Eric or Jr. And it's because everyone knows Eric and Jr. are retards. They're fail sons. They're silver spoon in mouth Nepo babies. They have to pretend that Barron is some kind of like, Paul Atreides hyper genius who conceals his words only because he's waiting for the right moment to speak or whatever, and not just like another rich, awkward kid, you know? I think we underestimated the popular claim from a lot of MAGA voters that they are treating Trump like a third-party candidate. I'm not underestimating that. I've been saying that for years now. The Democrats shot themselves in the foot by, juxtaposing Trump against the Republican Party. They're like, Trump, he's not like the Republicans, he's worse. The MAGA movement, it's him, even though all the Republicans are lockstep with him, but it just made him more popular with Republicans because Republicans don't like the GOP that much. They like Trump. Doesn't the White House control over the elections anyway? No. I mean, they're run by the states. The election, the like National Elections Fairness Office or whatever is controlled by the federal government. But in practice, I think it's going to be like red states weighing the scales. Then again, Hillary got screwed by deplorables. Well, yeah, because obviously, like, if you have a group of people who are gleefully bad, you don't insult them by saying they're gleefully bad. That doesn't work at all. It'd be like calling Bart Simpson like a rapscallion to try to get him to settle down. What are you doing? Like Trump and all of his supporters were clearly delighted by the idea of being these like belligerent, dissident, over the top, like, haha, I don't need to know how this works. All I know is that I love America kinds of guys. If you call them deplorables, like, what do you, it just makes Hillary look out of touch, which she is. So, you know. TBH, Trump is also very out of touch. Not really. I mean, not in the way that matters. He can speak to people. Hillary can't. Like, you know, he might be out of touch in the sense that he's a billionaire pedophile, whatever the fuck, but he's not out of touch in the sense that he's incapable of reaching out to people. He's reached out to an enormous number of people and it's worked. He's on camera all the time and they love him for it. It's not like carefully crafted statements or anything. He doesn't get scripted appearances. I mean, he does sometimes, but for the most part, he's just, you know, he's just out there. It's just not that difficult to be likable, unless you're a Democrat, in which case you're too committee-brained. He's pretty hateable at the same time. Yeah, he's a good main character.